Hello friends, welcome back to our course Math Essential for Machine Learning, and let's continue with our crash course on derivative. Today we are going to look into three common rules in derivative, commonly again named as sum rule, product rule and chain rule. So let's start with the sum rule. Okay, and it is given by, say suppose I have two functions f of x plus g of x. Okay, and if I take the sum and then I take its derivative, this is then equivalent to taking the derivative of each of the function and then adding them up. Okay, very simple and straightforward. So let's quickly look into an example. Okay, suppose I have two functions x square and x cube. Okay, and if I have to take the derivative of the sum of these two functions, then I can individually take the derivative of the first one. So f of x square plus f of x cube, right? And this is nothing but, as we have seen from the common derivatives, x square is similar to x to the power n, and we know the derivative of that is n times x to the power n minus 1. So this would become 2 times x to the power 2 minus 1, which is 1, plus 3 times x to the power 3 minus 1, which is 2. So it is 3x square. So that way we can get the result. Okay, so let's now look into the second rule, which is the product rule. Okay, product rule, and this says if I have the product of two functions f of x times g of x, and if I have to take the derivative of that, then this is also equivalent to, little bit complex, f of x times g prime of x, which is nothing but the derivative of the second function, plus the derivative of the first function times the second function. Okay, and if I take the same example again, or similar example again, then for example I have, say, two functions x2 multiplied by x3, and if I have to take the derivative of this one, then this is equivalent to x square times the derivative of the second one, which is 3x square, plus the derivative of the first one, which is 2x times x cube. Okay, and this can be then written as 3x to the power 4 plus 2x to the power 4, and then this is nothing but 5 times x to the power 4. Okay, very interesting. And if you see here, there were sum total of x square and x cube is nothing but x to the power 5. I could have also written this as x to the power 5, and this could have been 5 x to the power straight away, but just for the demonstration purpose I took this example. Let's take another example for the product rule. Okay, so suppose I have x square times e to the power x, and if I have to take the whole derivative of this one, and this would look like the first term x square. We know the derivative of e to the power x is e to the power x itself, plus the derivative of the first term, which is 2x, and the second term remains as it is. So it becomes x square e to the power x plus 2x times e to the power x. Okay, so this is the second rule. And now there is a third rule which says chain rule, and this appears most frequently. Chain rule is nothing but, if I have a function which takes another function, okay, and if I have to take a derivative of this, then this is equivalent to take the derivative of the first with respect to the given function and then multiply it with the derivative of the internal function. Okay, So this is the overall combination of function within another function. So you take the derivative of the first function with the given internal function, and then you take the derivative of the internal function. This will become more clear once we take an example. So for example, what is the derivative of e to the power x square? Okay, so remember, the derivative of e to the power x is nothing but e to the power x. Okay, so if I consider x square y is equal to x square, so this expression can be written as e to the power y, right? So my chain rule says that first take the derivative of this one. Okay, so it will become e to the power y derivative times the y derivative. Okay, and I know that e to the power y is nothing but e to the power y itself. Okay, times the derivative of y, and derivative of y is nothing but derivative of x square, so this can be written as 2x. So this overall equation becomes e to the power x square 2x. Make sense? This is like function inside another function, and then we can this way represent it this way. Okay, and then follow the same common derivatives that we have used and apply it here. Alright, so I hope you have learned something new today. So continue watching these videos, because eventually we are going to do a lot more interesting concepts. Alright, till then, have a great day.